I think it's important to be honest with yourself when you're going over your resolutions at the end of the year. Hello, my little loves. We're coming back at it with a revamp to my YouTube channel starting today, January 8th, with a review of my goals from 2023. So last year, I made an entire playlist about how I was going to reset at the beginning of the year. And I just want to sit and have a little bit of a conversation about goal setting and New Year's resolutions. So let's get started. The first resolution that I had for 2023 was to publish my book, Slut to CEO, which finally happened in August, and it had been taking me so long to get it done. So finally happy that happened. Check out the link on Amazon. I'll put it in the description below. Then I wanted to upload 52 YouTube videos, and I think I ended up only uploading, 12. So I could have done better on that. I think the issue that I had in 2023 was I lost a lot of direction. So like I said, I quit OnlyFans at the end of 2022, but I was still trying to promote my book, and I have been feeling a little tossed around, like I don't really know what to do, a little directionless, because I still want to promote my book, but also I don't really want to talk about OnlyFans anymore. Like, I did it for 4 years and I'm just a little tired, and I've been trying to change my content into something that's more entrepreneurial, business minded, and focus on those themes that are still in the book but without OnlyFans attached to it. So if you have any ideas for 2024, what kind of videos you'd like to see in that vein, please comment down below. I really appreciate it. Number 3, I wanted to appear on a podcast for the first time, which I didn't do until December 13th, but I did it. So keep an eye out for Think Realize the Market. Our interview should be out, hopefully, I don't know when. I'm hoping it'll be in January. I know that Alex told me that we would have the first cut, I think, this first week of January, but I haven't seen it yet, so we'll see what happens. I did record a podcast, though, in 2023, so it counts. Number 4, I wanted to save $10,000, which I didn't do at all. I am going to count this year as a fun year, not like a hard work year. Some years are meant for growth and some years are meant for fun. And also sometimes the growth has to come out of the fun. So one thing that I'm so fortunate that happened to me this year was I gained a whole new group of friends who are just so warm and inviting and inclusive, and I just feel very safe and comfortable with the people that I have been surrounding myself with this year. And I wouldn't have found that group if it weren't for going out and getting to party. And I know that sometimes you can be oh, those are just your party friends, but the people that I met all have very professional jobs. They're very supportive. They'll come see me at work. I've had friends in the past that will say things to me that are super underhanded and mean, and I have never felt that way with these people that I am spending time with now. So, even when you don't realize all the resolutions that you put out there, if you don't complete them all, sometimes the things that do happen are just as good, if not better. I believe resolutions are more so supposed to be this is what I want to do. You don't have to be perfect about it because it's a whole year-long process. It's about, even if you make a mistake, going back and, I would love to say never miss 2 days in a row, because that's a phrase people use, but I do that all the time, so I would be a hypocrite if I said that. The 5th thing that I had resolved to do in 2023 was earn a 3.0 every semester. One thing that I have never done in my life, but I also definitely didn't do this year. The first semester was fine, but autumn winter started with, I released my book at the end of August. So I've been doing a lot of marketing for that. But then also what happened at the beginning of the semester was I had some issues with financial aid because I was taking classes at a community college to transfer back to where I'm taking classes. And then it was just really complicated, and I'm still dealing with shit with them trying to transfer stuff back at the end of the semester, and I'm really frustrated. I also got scammed online, so I had to deal with some shit with my bank. So that really took my mind off of school this year, and I'm disappointed. But that's the thing about having goals, is that sometimes you just have to like either shift your goal or shift how you're going to attain it. So one thing that I've always done, I try to always take my classes in person. I have ADHD. I've made a video about it in the past. So I try to take my classes in person because it's way easier for me to pay attention. But I also caught myself not paying attention in class this year. Like I would just be on my phone or something, not paying attention. So what I decided to do for this upcoming year is just to take all of my classes online, so I have plenty of time for work, for modeling, for promoting my book, anything that I need to do. I'll just be taking my classes online. So hopefully that will help me get better grades. Then start selling digitally downloadable products as an additional stream of income, which I have crossed off on here because I did post some on my website, which I will make available to you. But I also didn't really make anything more than that. I made my planner that you'll see in here, and I also made a photo shoot planning page. So those are both available on my website if you want to check it out. I also made a new schedule for this year, which is more of like a bullet journal where you just cross off everything that you did so that I don't have to use as much paper as I have in the past. Instead of using a big old binder like this, I'm just going to use one of those folders that has like the things that go through. You know what I'm talking about. And also, please like this video if that's something that you're interested in. I know that I've made videos in the past about how I make my daily and weekly task sheets, and I have done it in a new way this year. So if you're interested in checking that out, please give this video a thumbs up or comment so you know that it's not just a thumbs up, that you like the video, but that you also want me to show you how I made those on Canva and make those templates available to you. The seventh thing that I said was that I wanted to submit 52 works to publication and take my writing more seriously. And I'm actually very disappointed in myself for this. I didn't do anything, including I got hired on to write fashion articles for this online zine, and I was supposed to write about the different fashion weeks around Texas, but I was just so like overwhelmed from being in 2 of those shows that I never got around to writing it. And then I was just so afraid to even like go back with my tail tucked between my legs and talk to the publisher that I haven't spoken to her, and I want to talk to her about starting that back up in 2024. But you know, right now I feel really disappointed in myself because I know that she's going to see me as someone who is like unreliable, unresponsive, because she has also like hit me up about it since then. So I'm a little disappointed with myself, but I think it's important to be honest with yourself when you're going over your resolutions at the end of the year. Like I said, you know, sometimes you do things and you're okay with it, and sometimes you do things and you're not so okay with it. So like I said, maybe I didn't save $10,000, but to me, like, you can always make more money. So the fact that I don't have $10,000 saved right now isn't like making me super sad, you know, like maybe I should be a little more disappointed in myself. And I'm like a little bit, but not to the point that I am with really giving up on my writing, because obviously I just published a book and I really want to keep myself in practice. And I don't know if I was just too stressed out about the book, or maybe it's because I'm not taking writing classes at school, or maybe it's something that happened during the year that took me out of that mindset. But I really do want to work harder on my writing in the future, because how am I going to tell everybody about this book that I wrote and how much I love to write if I'm never putting anything out there? And also just doing short little publications, I feel like it's so much easier than writing a book, you know? And I still write poems here and there, but it doesn't take as much like research and work as when I'm putting out, an article or writing for my book. I love writing poetry as like a warm-up, but at the end of the day, it's just for fun. It's not really anything that I put out there. I wanted to read 12 books. I think I read 9, so that's one that I'm not super upset by, right? Because sometimes I have other things to do. Sometimes I don't have time in the day to read for a little bit. I know that you can read for just a little bit, and I like to bring books to work with me now, so I'm not just scrolling on my phone when it's not busy. But at the end of the day, if I only read 9 books instead of 12, that's still more than a lot of people in America read books. So I'm not trying to beat myself up about that one, especially with the books that I read. I read a lot of nonfiction. What I was reading at the beginning of this year was called A Random Walk Down Wall Street by Burton Mackiel. That thing was very thick, very dense, and all about the stock market, right? So like it took me, I think, 3 months to get through it. It's just probably why I only read 9 books instead of 12. And there were some books that I read really, really fast, and there are some books that took me a really long time. So I'm not going to get down on myself for not reading 12 books. I also wanted to get my passport, which I never did, which I really should have. Like, it's really not that expensive, and you have so many more opportunities that are opened up to you once you do that. Like, people are always talking about online, like, getting flown out. I could have been flown out, and I did not have my passport, so my bad. I wanted to take a relaxing vacation as well, but I didn't really travel that much in 2023. I went to a few festivals, but they were local. The furthest I think I traveled this year was, Oklahoma. I went to visit my family in Iowa. I haven't gotten to go on any relaxing vacations this year, but there's always next year. I wanted to continue honing my personal style, which I think I did a really good job on, because I've been doing this practice where you like take a picture of your outfit every day for a year, and I didn't do it every single day, or I would be wearing multiple outfits a day. So I looked through the album on my phone. I have 180 out of 365, which isn't all of my outfits, but you can definitely see from the beginning of 2023 to the end of 2023 me kind of like experimenting more and putting together real outfits. Like when you look in January of last year, it was very much sweats, t-shirts, and I know that that's just because I was like lounging around the house and not going out as much. So maybe it's a good thing that I've been going out, right? Actually, that's probably one of the very few resolutions that I had for 2023 that I did really well with. And I think that's another reason why for 2024, my resolutions, I decided not to do as many that are like quantitative. So one thing that people always say about setting goals is to make sure they're specific and quantifiable. So rather than making my resolutions like goals, they're more so like things I'm working on throughout the year, not so strict like at the end of the year, if I haven't uploaded 52 videos, then I'm a failure. Number 12, I said, have fun being myself, which actually I did a good job at. And then I wrote this in after I had already printed everything out. Number 13 was no dating apps in 2023. And the reason why, I said, I'm gatekeeping myself from any energy which does not serve me. And I didn't do really well on this one either. But then I was new in Dallas and I was really excited, so I re-downloaded it again. And then a few weeks ago at the beginning of December, one of my friends posted about like dating intentionally, and I was like, you're right, I need to delete the apps again. And then I re-downloaded them again. I've had a back and forth relationship with dating apps, and I just want to be more intentional with my energy in 2024. One thing that I've noticed is, I love going out, but it's also more fiscally responsible of me to let someone else pay for it. So there have been a few times that I have caught myself spending time with people I'm not really into because of what they can do for me. And I really want to overcome that. I want to focus on myself. I want to catch myself when I'm talking about men in 2024 and revert the conversation back to me, my plans, my work, my goals, my philosophies. Like, I just don't want to be doing the same thing that I've been doing in the past, where it's like, oh, let me tell you about this guy that I'm dating. Let me tell you, like, and I have a video about, like, why you should be a serial dater like me. And I still think that you should do that between ages, like, 18 to 25. Yeah, I'm 25, though. My prefrontal cortex is fully developed. And I just hate being so boy crazy. I don't want to be seeking out male validation the way that I have been in the past. That's number one on my list for 2024. So if you're interested in hearing more about my resolutions for the upcoming year, I encourage you to comment that down below. Let me know. Or if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'm so happy that you're here. Like I said, I'm trying to come up with more business, entrepreneurial type videos. So if you're interested in that type of content, please subscribe down below. There is a gray notification bell right next to it so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And I'll see you in the next one.